Well, greetings, my dear friends and fellow patriots. How is everybody tonight on this Thanksgiving Eve? It's been a few days and I've missed you all terribly, and I hope you've missed me a little bit as well. But listen, it's time. It's time for me to get behind this camera and give you some knowledge and some information that you can take to that Thanksgiving dinner table with you tomorrow, and you may be able to use some of it as a conversation starter. You may be able to share some of these little vignettes of knowledge and truth that I'm going to impart with you here tonight. But just let the cards fall where they may. But I done reached a point where I've just got to lay it out for you. There's so many of you wonderful souls out there that are only lost and confused because you don't know where to find the truth. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to shed some light on the subject. I'm going to shine a bright light in these hidden places of darkness, and I'm going to try to lay out a picture for all of you watching this video that you can truly start to understand how we got to where we are. Where are we? Where the hell are we, Steve? Can somebody please just tell me what the hell's going on? I know many of you watching this video, you're confused, you're discouraged, you're disappointed. You don't know what the hell to think because you don't know what's coming. Well, I'm going to set the record straight. Now, first of all, I got great news. I know most of you have probably already heard this, but there may be, and I'm sure there will be, a number of you that have not heard this great information. But our 45th president, Donald J. Trump, today pardoned our hero, our mentor, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, has been pardoned. He is now a free man. Take that, Judge Sullivan, you freakazoid. Okay? Now that General Flynn is free, he can now communicate directly with our president and help him lay out the game plan to finalize this shit, okay? Because what we are all witnessing right now is what we call a rolling coup. It's an ongoing coup attempt by a group of demonic Luciferian pedophiles. Yes, some of you may be saying, what the hell? Yeah, let me tell you what the hell. This earth is in the process of being completely taken over by Luciferian forces, demonic forces, some interdimensional, some extraterrestrial. You don't need to worry about that. What you need to worry about is right here, right now, and what we all need to do to get through this shit and make sure we preserve America and this world for our children, our grandchildren, and our future posterity. Are you with me? Are you awake? Now you put this damn thing on pause and go to the refrigerator and get you something cool, make you up a cup of coffee, do whatever the hell you gotta do, grab your favorite blankie, go curl up in a damn fetal position on the sofa and listen to your Uncle Steve as he lays it out for you in such clarity that you will never question again what the hell's going on. Now look, I know I'm speaking to a mixed audience. There are those of you out there that don't know what the hell I'm talking about. There are many of you that are much more advanced than I am, perhaps. I doubt it, but maybe. Okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this thing out and tell you how we got here and now what we're going to do about preserving the good that we've been able to perpetrate and generate through the years. You know, I'm one of these guys, I'm a quasi-history buff. I love World War II. I like, maybe it's my military background, I don't know, but I'm always watching these little History Channel shows about, flying aces and, the Nazi war machine and, the downfall of Hitler, all this crazy shit. But I'm always thinking, and one thing I do know is that a lot of thousands, millions of brave men and women have preceded you and I. We get to enjoy Thanksgiving here today in 2020 because of the Pathfinders, those that came before, the Lewis and Clarks of the world. The pioneers, those that put their ass on the line for all of us today. We are, man, no, I ain't going to even go there, shit. I'll lose so many of you. But anyway, we'll come back to some of that. But let's talk about where we are and how we got here, okay? Number one, there is truly a group of sinister forces trying to usurp the power of the world. You know, just like the evil empire and Star Wars and all that shit, it's real. You got good, you got bad. We are in a war right now between good and evil. Now, I know I'm on the damn side of good, and I imagine if you're watching this video, you are too, unless you're some damn troll, Antifa, BLM piece of shit that stumbled in here, and all of a sudden I've got your attention and you're going to pay attention, and maybe you will reform. You would be surprised to know how many emails and text messages I have received in the last 3.5 years from people literally all over the world thanking me and saying, Steve, I stumbled into your site one night and, I've been with you ever since. Look, I love you guys, man. Y'all are those of you watching my video, you're my extended family, okay? We all have family issues. We hope for the best. Now, I lucked out, man. I lucked out. Praise God. I got 5 wonderful kids. I got 9 grandkids. They're all incredible. I think genetics has a lot to do with it. I think the environment. My kids grew up in the DOD school system. They learned discipline. They weren't, running around knocking teachers out and shit like that. The Department of Defense school system was very strict. And my kids were the products of that, and I'm proud of them. They all got their own way of doing things now. They all got their own lives, but they all turned out good, and they're not drug addicts. They don't go around beating people up and shit. They're normal human beings. And I know many of you are normal and you are raising normal children. But some of you are freaking abnormal. You can't, you get 7.5 billion people all together on this spinning damn globe hurling through space, okay? You're going to have some glitches every now and then. You win some, you lose some get rained out. But the damn trick is you just don't quit. Okay, so if you've got some fucked up kids, or you got some people in your family that maybe your grandpa, maybe my damn grandkids say that about Grandpa Steve. I don't know, but you know what? I don't give a shit. To be honest with you, it's none of my business what the good opinion of other people are relative to me is. Dr. Wayne Dyer taught me that. He says, it's none of my damn business what these other assholes out here think about me. And you need to glean that same attitude. If you're still going through your life trying to please somebody, then you got your damn ladder leaning against the wrong wall. Okay, you need to get rid of that stinking thinking and wake up. I don't know who you are. You may be brand new to this video. You may have watched 1,000 of them. I don't know. But I know one thing. Sooner or later, you got to come to terms with who you are. And one of the best ways, I think, for you to do that is lock your ass up in your bathroom. Burn some candles, okay? Drink some damn wine, smoke some weed, drink a beer, whatever the hell you got to do to get yourself in the right mindset. And then you get in there, turn the damn lights down, let them candles flicker, and you got to start asking yourself some questions, okay? Number one, you need to know, first thing you need to ask yourself is, who the hell am I? And what in the hell am I doing here on this damn planet called Earth on the 25th day of November in the year of our Lord 2020? What the hell am I doing here? Is this shit all for naught? Or is there some kind of purpose to this shit? Well, you're damn right there's a purpose to it. So I'll help y'all out real quick. I'm going to give you a real quick lesson that you should never forget. Okay? Now, you're talking to a damn 64-year-old retired Marine, traveled the damn world, been there, done that, got all the damn T-shirts. So you ain't going to teach me much, okay? I mean, I'm open-minded. My damn ears, I'm wingnut, baby. I'm wingnut. I'm listening with everything I got. Because I'm like that damn wise old owl. There once was an owl that sat in an oak. The longer he sat, the less he spoke. the less he spoke, the more he heard. Now, why in the hell can't we all be like that damn wise old bird? Well, I'm trying. The older I get, I got my damn kung fu Manchu thing. Well, I usually got the Fu Manchu, but I didn't let this shit grow for a while. It don't matter. It's all good. But listen, sooner or later, you got to come to grips with who you are. You got to say, what are you doing, man? How the hell did you get here? How did you get to right where you are today? Did you just fall off a damn mountain and land here? No. You were born as a little bitty damn baby, and you grew up, you had parents, you had grandparents, maybe you came from a dystopian, dysfunctional family. I don't know. I was lucky. I landed my ass with some great parents, grandparents, family members. I had a normal freaking childhood, man. I knew I was loved. I loved my parents and my family, and I've been trying to do the best I can through my life, but ain't none of us perfect. And if there's anyone out there that thinks you are, you just cast that first damn stone, because when you point your finger, look at me, he's pointing back at you, okay? So there's only been one perfect man on this planet as far as I know, and his name was Jesus, okay? And yes, I'm a Christian. You're damn right I believe in Jesus Christ. I've had Jesus Christ take the damn wheel of my car in a freaking whiteout blizzard and save my ass on 2 occasions in one day. Don't you dare try to tell me about Jesus, okay? I ain't listening to a damn word you got to say. But the other thing is, I'm somebody that, when I left the Mormon faith after 40 plus years, I said, that's it, God dang it. I said, I've been doing this shit for 40 years, paying all that tithing, serving all these damn positions in the church, and what has this shit got me? Well, maybe I'm a little smarter, maybe I'm better at communication in some areas, I don't know. But once I left that damn Mormon church, I said, look, all I want is this. I went outside, I knelt down on the damn ground, and I prayed to God. I said, dear God in heaven above, I said, for 40 freaking plus years, I've been going to this church, doing the best I can. I ain't perfect. I broke some damn rules. Everybody breaks rules. He that's without sin, start throwing them damn stones, you dumbasses. But anyway, look. All right, so I became a truth seeker. And I've been seeking truth across this damn planet, literally. I've traveled all over the world, been in damn caves in Africa and all kinds of shit. And I could write a damn book. Maybe I will. People told me I should. But speaking of books, now look. In October 2003, in Charlotte, North Carolina, I met a man face to face, had a nice conversation with him. Now, over the ensuing years since 2003, I've met this gentleman on 2 other occasions. Once in New York City, where I attended an entire day, all day Saturday, from 9 o'clock in the morning to about 7 o'clock at night, Manhattan, New York City. Went to a seminar. David Icke. I want all y'all out there to get a copy of this book. The Answer by David Icke. The man who has been proved right again and again. Now listen, I was fortunate to meet David Icke, and he's changed my life in a lot of ways. He's not a guru. If you don't know who he is, just get the damn book and read it, and you can thank me later, okay? But anyway, I met David in 2003, and I knew he was something special. And I knew he had tapped in to information sources that the rest of us maybe hadn't quite figured out yet. But one of the things David talked about was the ayahuasca experience. And he told about it. He explained how he went to Peru. No, I went to Peru. Where was he? Maybe he was in Peru. I don't know. But I went to Peru and I went to Brazil, and I went through the ayahuasca spiritual journey. There are many people that will tell you not to do that because some people never come back, okay? some people go through ayahuasca and they don't make it back to reality, and it affects, for the rest of their life. But I knew I was of sound mind, and I talked to David about it. And I asked him if he thought, I said, we've talked numerous times, and you kind of got a feel for who I am. I said, do you think I'm a candidate for the ayahuasca experience? He said, oh, absolutely. He said, absolutely. He says, you've got to be of sound mind. He said, that's when he said, if you're not, there's things that happen during ayahuasca that are beyond, they're beyond this world, because they are. See, every one of us right here, right now, we have these like veils that are drawn over our being, and you can only remember so much of your past life experiences. If every one of you watching this video could remember every single past life that you've had and the experiences and the way you died, etc., you wouldn't be able to handle it in a third dimensional reality, which we find ourselves in right now. Okay? Now, so when I got into past life regressions, I trained with the best of the best. I didn't want to screw around. I wanted to be able to get into that world and find out for myself, just like ayahuasca, if there was something there for me. And so after 30 plus full-blown past life regressions, I can report to the world that I have very little fear of death per se. Everybody worries about how they're going to die, but the whole concept of life and death, I'm so far beyond that. And maybe that's who I need. Maybe some of you watching this need to hear this message because you haven't gone there yet. You don't know what the hell's going on. You fear death because you think it may be the end. No. Let me clear one thing up right now. Every one of you watching this video right now, inside your human carbon-based spacesuit that you're currently wearing, you have an eternal soul, okay? We all come from a higher dimension. It's called the fourth dimension, the spirit world. You, whoever you are, have chosen to come from that higher plane, that fourth dimension. You've chosen to take a time or a piece of your soul and come into this third dimensional body and go through this experience called earth life. And you're interacting with all these other human sentient beings, and you're trying to make sense of it all. Well, let me help you. Let me cut to the chase and tell you the number one reason that every one of us are here right now is to learn unconditional love. Okay? That's the ultimate goal for the third dimensional earth school. Okay? It's a tough road to hoe. Some of you are getting close, some of you are not. Everybody is where they are. You're going to keep coming back again and again until you finally graduate. Okay? Now, you don't need to come back to this earth over and over. You can go to other places. There are other third dimensional realities within our cycle of reincarnation where you can clearly choose. You can just choose to stay in the fourth dimension. But it's all about progression. And everybody in the fourth dimension is not at the same level. There are hierarchies of spiritual attainment. When a brand new soul is created and comes to this earth, it's like a really, really bright light. And that bright light enters that body and it's full of piss and vinegar and it's ready to rock and roll. But then there are those that have had multiple earth experiences in other places, and you have grown spiritually through each incarnation, hopefully. Now, some people are criminals, like Joe Bidens, or the Bushes, or the Illuminati, the globalists, the New World Order crowd, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, Bill Gates, all of those people that desire to kill you and run the earth the way they want to. Well, we are the antithesis of that evil. we are human beings who have chosen to leave our fourth dimension to come to this earth for a time to hopefully learn this unconditional love. But when we as human beings trying to accomplish certain goals seem besieged by demonic entities all around us, listen, y'all know, every one of you that have been listening to this now for 20 minutes, you know I'm speaking the truth. And how do you know? Because of energy resonance. Everything on this third dimensional plane centers around energy. You, whoever you are vibrating at a certain frequency. If you and I are on a similar frequency, when the words come out of my mouth as the transmitter, you, being on a similar frequency, are the receiver, and you're going to take my words in. You're going to go, holy shit, this crazy old retired Marine is speaking the damn truth. Yes, I am speaking the truth. The truth has a certain vibrational frequency. And either you, like me, are a truth seeker, and you're constantly on the prowl looking for newfound truth so that you can become more what? Enlightened, or what? Raise your vibrational frequency. As you're going through your life, you're either raising your vibrational frequency or you're lowering it, depending on many, many variables. One of the key variables is who you hang around. If you want to be a loser, hang around losers. Go find your local BLM chapter or your freaking Antifa group and join those assholes, because they vibrate at a very low third dimensional frequency. There are many of you, on the other hand, that have strived throughout your life to seek truth, to raise your vibrational frequency, to be kind to others, to live by the golden rule. What's so damn hard about, hey, I'll treat you the way I want you to treat me? The golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have others do unto you. Sounds so damn simple, don't it? But there's a thing called greed. There's a thing called selfishness. There's a thing called avarice. There's a thing called demonic freaking entities, pedophile Luciferians, that are trying to take over planet Earth. And you, my friend, are the resistance. Think about when Nazis occupied France, Paris, France, and you had the French resistance. Boy, they wreaked hell on those damn Nazis. Well, that's what we're doing. We, the Patriots, are 80 million plus strong, and that's just in America. Think about all of our European and our Asian, our worldwide Patriot friends. I know who you are. I know many of you Patriots are listening around the world. God bless you. And thank you for standing up for freedom. Now, I hope every one of you are going to have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you're going to surround yourself with as many freaking family members and friends as you possibly can. I hope you're going to ditch the damn face diapers. Friends, listen to me. COVID-19 it's a organized military program to take you down, to keep you under control. It's basically a control device. The masks are useless. They don't do a damn thing. But yet, we got people running all around, driving in their cars, wearing their masks because they've been brainwashed. They've watched TV. They've listened to that punk-ass Nazi Anthony Fauci. You know, wouldn't you like to get your hands around the neck of that little Nazi communist bastard, that little fascist? Wouldn't you like to put your hands around his neck and just squeeze that little bastard until his eyes popped out? I know I would. But anyway, he has single-handedly been the instrument in the murder and the death of millions and millions of human beings worldwide. So you go ahead and honor him, put him on the cover of Newsweek, whatever you got to do. But I'm going to tell you something. The truth shall prevail. Now I didn't tell you this at the beginning, but Donald J. Trump is your president. And he will remain your president after the 20th of January, 2021. Friends, if any of you out there right now are worried that President-elect Joe Biden is going to be your next president, you're full of shit. You're absolutely off the deep end. If you think we would come this far as a nation, as a planet, to allow a Chinese communist takeover of America by one crooked-ass Joe Biden and that Democratic regime, look, there is the biggest facade on the history of the world is the Joe Biden president-elect team. There's no such thing. That son of a bitch has never been elected. He's not the president, okay? There is no transition team. They're not going to do shit. The transition team is going to be us transitioning into 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. No shit. Are you going to buy into those same 7 fake news media outlets that decided, now listen, before the damn election on November the 4th, 2020, the 7 major networks got together and to include Fox, and they said, we are going to be the arbitrators of this election. We're going to call it. Like that son of a bitch, Brett Baier. Listen, I have turned off all fake news media to include Fox. I used to watch Sean and Tucker and Laura. I don't give a shit about those people. I'm not watching any of them again. I am going to generate my own news, and you are more than welcome to come here, subscribe to my channel, get you some vignettes of knowledge and information, every now and then a gold nugget, and go do your own thing. Figure this shit out for yourself. I've always told my people on my videos, I say, don't believe a damn word I say. But if I say something that causes you to wake the hell up a little bit or have an epiphany, then you might want to go grab you a damn yellow legal pad. Listen, your best weapons are a yellow legal pad and a damn pen. You hear me? You know, a stubby pencil is better than a long memory. But anyway, we are here today, and we got here because of the different decisions we made. But if you think for a second, now that, praise God, General Flynn is free, President Trump, bless your soul, sir, for pardoning our hero, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. God bless America. God bless the Flynn family. Friends, most of you know that I have a relationship with General Flynn. I've been a General Flynn fan for a long time. 82nd Airborne, baby. Hoo-yah! And when General Flynn was fired as the National Security Advisor, that was the day that I started my YouTube channel in February 2017. And here we are almost 4 years from the beginning of my YouTube, and I thank God every day that I made that first video and that I've kept on keeping on ever since. It's been one of the greatest adventures of my life. It's given me an opportunity to share knowledge with the world that might never otherwise have gotten out there. And I appreciate all the kind words and the accolades. And I know many of you have been worried about me. You've been wondering where I'm at, what I'm doing. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm regrouping. You know, I was taken down in all areas on social media. I still got 10 days in Facebook prison. I've been in there for well over a month. I've had my issues at Twitter. Right now I'm in the clear. Parler's exploding. If you've not yet joined Parler, PARLER.com, please join with all the other patriots. That thing is absolutely exploding. I've had so many new people join me on Parler over the last couple of days, and I started following them back. And then Parler came out and said, stop, you can't follow back anymore. Now, these are people that have already followed me. All I'm doing is trying to follow back the people that followed me. But they shut me down as far as following people for 48 hours. But I love Parler. It's a great place to be. I hope you'll come join me there at Steve Motley. I'm still on Twitter, almost 75,000 over there, but at Steve Motley. I'm going to revamp. I'm going to, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to reinvent myself on Facebook. I'm not going to mess around on Facebook anymore with political stuff. I'm going to focus on my entrepreneurial ventures. Friends, it's a great time to be alive, period. We are living in some of the most historic times in the history of the world. And there's so much coming at us. It's like a bombardment. A lot of people are, recipients of cognitive dissonance. The information, it's such a deluge, and it's coming at you so fast and furious that you're like a deer, caught in the headlights. You don't know what to do. Well, that's where guys like me come in. One of my blessings, one of the gifts that God gave me was the ability to sort through massive amounts of information over a short period of time and try to make some sense of it all. And I think that's one of the highlights of my YouTube videos is a lot of you tune in because you want a data dump. You want a deluge. You want a lot of information. Give it to me fast, Steve. I don't have a lot of time. So many of you are busy. You got your jobs, you're raising your kids, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're a soccer mom, you're just trying to make ends meet. You don't have time to be sorting through all these YouTube channels. So you find guys like Steve Motley and you say, holy shit, I go on there for an hour and a half, and I got so much information I got to sort out. Well, that's a good thing, right? Success loves speed, man. There's no sense in being slow about anything. But like I said, I want everybody this Thanksgiving to rejoice that President Trump will remain our president. We the people, the patriots of America, are not going to allow those 7 major fake news media outlets to determine our fate. And with that Brett Baer calling the state of Arizona with only 15% of the vote in, he's a traitor. He should be brought up on charges. I hope and pray that once President Trump is reinaugurated, that justice shall prevail. I don't know where the hell A.G. Barr is. He's on hiatus. I don't know where the hell the FBI is. I'm not going to second guess my president. He's got his reasons why he hasn't fired Christopher Wray, and Gina Haspel's kind of missing. I don't know if anybody's seen her lately. There's a bunch of rumors going around she may not be with us anymore. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just old Steve out here trying to connect some dots and put together some things, to maybe make some sense of it all, right? But listen, it's a great time to be alive. You need to speak up if you need to at Thanksgiving. Don't let those damn liberals push you around. I know all of you are going to go to a Thanksgiving meal tomorrow, and you're going to have some liberal teenagers. You're going to have some liberal old dumbass white women, fat ass stupid bitches. You'll have a bunch of them hanging around. But just be yourself. Just tell it like it is. Speak your truth. And let the cards fall where they may, because God wins. Hashtag God wins. And people can go ahead and make fun of all of these different patriotic, motivational slogans and so forth, like MAGA, Make America Great Again, Keep America Great. Well, we got a ways to go. But now that General Flynn is back and we're getting the old home team back together, there's going to be some things happening. There's a new sheriff in town now. And let me tell you something. Sidney Powell, in my opinion, Sidney Powell is the preeminent hero of our times. She is a national treasure. And she has a website called defendingtherepublic.org. Now, I have personally donated, and I'm going to ask every one of you patriots out there, and I know you know who Sidney Powell is. Remember, I was a guy that was fortunate in November of 2018 to meet Sidney Powell in person in Dallas, Texas, and to interview her. Oh, yeah, you can go back at retiredmarinesoundsoff.com. Go back into the old videos. You'll see Sidney on there with me. But anyway, she is a true patriot. She's going to do her very best to expose all the corruption, and we need to donate generously to defendingtherepublic.org. I'm going to put this link down below, and I would ask you to check it out. Look, just give $1 or $2, $5, $10, whatever you can. But whatever you can give will help you to save this country. Because, friends, we are only 55 days away from the inauguration. 55 days. And we got a lot of work to do between now and then. But just remember, there is no such a thing as the office of President-elect Joe Biden. This is a figment of their imagination. This is a creation of those 7 fake news media outlets that decided they were going to determine the election. No, you don't determine shit, assholes. None of you freaking fake news people, you don't determine a damn thing other than your own fate, because you're all going down, every damn one of you. Justice will prevail. It has to. There has to be examples made so that the historians will write about it and the criminals in the future will think twice before they decide to rear their ugly heads. I'm going to tell you the worst Marine who's ever lived is General Mad Dog Mattis. That guy is a total piece of shit. He was responsible for the death of so many Marines, it's not even funny. And he is a globalist traitor. He is saying that when Biden takes over, he doesn't want any more of this America first rhetoric. Imagine a former Marine Corps general saying that he doesn't want to hear about America first. No, you son of a bitch! It is America first. And you're a piece of shit. And you're going to be taken down with the rest of your demonic generals. All you freakzoids that decided to become traitors. You turned your back on our president. You turned your back on General Flynn. Now it's payback time, bitches. Payback time! And you all should be hanging from a damn noose until dead. I'll help build the gallows. I'll pull the damn lever. Oh yeah, I'll be the damn hitman. You sons of bitches. You're going to get what's coming to you, every one of you. Okay? Just remember that. Defendingtherepublic.org. And President Trump, how about freeing Julian Assange? How about giving a pardon to Julian Assange, one of the world's greatest heroes? If it wasn't for Julian Assange, you wouldn't be president, sir. That's a damn truth, and you know it. Now, word is at BLM, if they don't get their demand of having President Trump concede by noon on Sunday, they're going to get aggressive. And they said they're well armed, okay? All you folks in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you might want to be especially on guard on Sunday anytime you see any BLM gatherings. Because word is they want to start some shit. And they don't think that if President Trump doesn't concede by Sunday, they don't think he has any plans to, so they're going to get violent. Lexington, Kentucky, You folks be on guard too. But let me tell you something. In my last little short video, I talked about the shakeup at the Pentagon. Now, the guys running the Defense Department right now, they're not playing games, okay? And if you think for a second that the Insurrection Act will not be enacted, you're dead wrong. Because we got all the right people in place, or we're getting them in place. There's more to come. But let me tell you something. Every one of these demons that have sided with Joe Biden, they are blatant traitors. Every single one of them. So you, friend, watching this video, you better choose you this day whom you're going to serve, because you dumbasses out there that think that Biden has won and that Biden's going to be your next president, you got another damn thought coming. It will not happen on my watch and on the watch of my 80 million fellow patriots and people. We the people run this show, not you demon Luciferian pedophiles. And we're about to take all you bastards downtown to Chinatown, okay? So you better make your last rites, get your shit in order. Look at that son of a bitch, John Kerry. John Kerry's going to be the freaking climate czar. John Kerry is a loser. John Kerry is a total piece of shit. So are others like Mitt Romney. Rubio, little Rubio, we're coming after you too, asshole. You know who you are. We know who you are. You're a communist. You're a globalist. You're a Joe Biden freak. All you rhinos out there. Yeah, you freaking rhinos. And you peanos. You patriots in name only. Oh yeah, I had my run-in with them early on. Friends, when I launched my YouTube channel, they came after me with a vengeance. Every demonic creature out there came after me and tried to destroy me, but I'm still standing. Now, I'm going to attempt to upload this particular video to my retiredmarinesoundsoff.com YouTube channel, which I've been basically banned on for the last couple months, seems like. I've been unable to upload a video on there for a long time. And I'm hoping tonight on Thanksgiving Eve, I've said a special prayer, and if the Lord willing, that thing will load up. But if it won't, hey, it goes to my alternative site, which I hope you found. And if you do find it, please share it. Please share it with your family and your friends. But listen, I kind of got a little bit off the mark, but let me come back full circle and explain for you new people what's happening. So we've had this global takeover attempt. We've got this ongoing coup where all these demonic forces are trying to remove our president and put in this communist agent by the name of Creepy Joe Biden. Ain't gonna happen. You know, so first of all, we have to ban all 7 major news outlets. They need to be taken down. Every one of them need to be restricted in what they can put out. And we need to turn to alternative media sources like my channel and others. Here's your redpill.com. If you're not familiar with that channel, please bookmark it. Write it down. Here's your redpill.com. That is my website. It's a labor of love. I hope you'll find it to your satisfaction. I hope you'll get some good out of it. But anyway, friends, the bottom line is we are going to win this. But we have to all stick together. We have to pray. Prayer works. I don't know much, but I know prayer works. And if we will collectively come together as never before, especially at this Thanksgiving time, and give thanks to our God above, just as the pilgrims did of old when they landed at Plymouth Rock, when they landed in this new country where they could practice their religious freedoms as they saw fit. They prayed, they knelt down and prayed to God and thanked Him. That's what Thanksgiving's all about. But we've got these leftist, demonic bastards who would like to take away Thanksgiving. They would like to take away Christmas. They would like to take away all of our family traditions and culture and do this counterculture bullshit. They'd like for everybody to become a transgender and just do whatever the hell you want to do. No, that shit ain't gonna happen here on planet Earth while people like me remain. We're just gonna draw the line in the sand and say, listen, you freaktards, take your game and take your bullshit and go over in the corner and have fun. Just leave me the hell alone. And don't try to take my damn guns. You're never going to get my guns. You know, the Constitution of the United States will remain as long as people are wise and listen to what God says. The Bill of Rights will remain intact. And we will see a brighter day. Like President Trump keeps telling us, the best is yet to come. Friends, don't forget those 5,000 patents that I've told you about in the past that are just waiting in the wings to be released on humanity. These 5,000 patents, cures to all manner of disease that have been kept from you and I for many, many years because the globalists, the Illuminati, those that run the world didn't think we, the people, were worthy of those patents. You're worthy, and you're going to get them. And it's going to create jobs like you've never seen before. New industries will be formed. We are going to convert this earth into a quasi-paradisical glory. And that's what God intended for this earth. It was never intended to go to the dark side as it has. Yes, the light shall prevail. We will win, but we must pray mightily. And we must come together. We must support one another. We must try to find that unconditional love, which is the main reason for our being here at all. And you know, once you decide that you've had enough, that you're not going to take this shit anymore, then you make decisions in your life and you start to live a certain way. You start to not worry so much about what others think about you and say about you, but what is your relationship with your God in heaven? That's a one-on-one, baby. That's a mano a mano, tete a la tete. There is no getting around it. When you stand before the masters one day to give an accounting of your little short sojourn here on planet Earth, it's just going to be you and the masters. It's going to be, you're going to judge yourself. You know right now you are your own worst critic. You are harder on yourself than anybody in your world. You know that. And that's the way it's going to be. But guess what? It ain't the end. Because you are much more than the life you're living right now. See, when in the fourth dimension, when you decided to come back here to Earth to give it another go and see if you could learn some things that would help your overall higher self. See, back in the fourth dimension, that's where the majority of you is. You're not all that there is. Do you think, those of you watching this, that you are all there is? No. Inside your body is that eternal soul, but there's only a certain percentage of your soul in your particular body at this time. And when you were in the fourth dimension, before you decided to come here to Earth, you made a decision with your fellow soul group members. You talked to your leaders. You talked to your guides. You already had meetings with the masters. So when you decide to come to Earth again, you decide who your parents are. Oh, you can never blame your parents, friends. No, you chose your parents. Maybe you chose your parents strictly for genetic reasons. Maybe you needed a certain type of body to fulfill this mission that you came to Earth for this go-around. Maybe you were designed, you needed a really fat body. Maybe you needed a really skinny body. Maybe you needed a sickly body. Maybe you needed to have a pro-athletic a pro athlete body. You chose your parents who created your physical body, who gave you your initial upbringing, which caused you to be the person you are today. Every one of you watching this, you are exactly where you are relative to time and space, because that's just, it is what it is. You got here by the decisions you made. You got nobody to blame for your life except your freaking self. Don't ever try to blame your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your child, your grandpa, your grandma. Don't blame anybody for who you are and where you are in the scheme of things, because you're exactly where you're supposed to be. We are all products of our environment to a certain degree. And if you try to say otherwise, you're full of shit. And you're only lying to yourself. How about just locking your ass up in that bathroom and burning them candles and smoking that weed and come to terms with who you are? Come to terms with what you're going to do with the rest of your life. You're going to waste it away the way you have so far, or you're going to do something constructive. You're going to get out here and start a YouTube channel. You're going to try to share your knowledge with other people. I don't know. But you know, the saddest words of all are the songs that go unsung. You don't want to go to your deathbed with your best music still inside you. Every one of you have a voice. Every one of you have a reason for being. Well, why not share that voice? Why not share your thoughts, your dreams with other people? Maybe you could say something that would change a person's life forever. How about the guy that sent me the email that said that my videos had kept him from committing suicide? You think maybe I made a small difference in his life? I would like to think so, but I'm not looking for accolades. I'm on a hero's journey. We all are. And that was the name of the book written by one of my favorite authors of all time, Joseph Campbell. Do you know that Joseph Campbell was the brainchild or the genesis behind Star Wars? When George Lucas read A Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell, he got the idea for Luke Skywalker and the whole Star Wars series. That's right. And you would be well served to read Joseph Campbell. How about The Power of Myth? One of the most powerful books I've ever read in my life. And do you know who introduced me to Joseph Campbell? My dear mother, Lottie Bell Starr. I was out in Portland one night and we were talking. It was on her birthday. And we were talking about all kinds of things. And she said, Steve, next time you come home, I've got several VHS videos I want you to watch. And I said, well, what are they about, Mama? She said, oh, there's this brilliant man. His name is Joseph Campbell. And she said, when I started watching him, she said, I just kept thinking about you, and I knew you would just love this. And I want you to watch them with me, because there's things that I want you to explain that I don't understand, but I know you do. And I said, okay, Mama. I said, when I get back to Danville, we'll do that. And you know, the next time I got back home, she went down, she got in her little Toyota. She drove down to the Danville Public Library, and she rented 4 VHS videos, and brought them back, and we sat there eating popcorn and drinking Pepsi-Cola and watching Joseph Campbell explain the mysteries of the universe. And it was one of the greatest memories I'll ever have, is that time spent learning from Joseph Campbell. And my mom stopped getting up and stopping the video, and she said, now explain to me what he just said. And I'd take as much time as I needed, and I said, do you understand? She said, yeah. I'd say, okay, and we'd continue on. We did that for days. Days. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Joseph Campbell, if you don't know about him, you need to. The Power of Myth and A Hero's Journey. Get those books. But I know every one of you going to go to Barnes and Noble and you're going to get The Answer by David Icke, right? Now, David, God bless him, man. I don't get kickbacks from when people buy his books, but it does my heart good to know that there's going to be many of you out there that are going to buy this book. And when you read it, it says on the back, the answer will change your every perception of life and the world and set you free of the illusions that control human society. There is nothing more vital for our collective freedom than humanity. Becoming aware of what is in this book. Amen. But friends, I was telling you about ayahuasca. I did ayahuasca. I went through several sacred ceremonies with shamans in both Brazil and Peru. And I can't even begin to explain to you what it was like other than I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I took David's advice, and I'm glad that I was truly of sound mind enough maybe I'm not the same person as before ayahuasca. Probably not. I don't think anybody could go through an experience of that magnitude and come away and say, well, I didn't really get much out of that. Wow. No, I got a lot out of it. And, one of the toughest challenges in my life is when you become a truth seeker and you really go for it. I mean, it's no holds barred. You're just out there, man. You're doing whatever you got to do to get to the bottom of things so that you can share that newfound knowledge with other people. Now, thank God I was given this platform of this YouTube video platform, this modality to actually speak into a camera and have my voice and my beingness be transported all over the planet. And I know that there are many that will get good things from this. Some of you may be lost in space. Some of you may wonder, what the hell is he talking about? Well, you're going to find out. Because one day, every one of you going to breathe your last breath, and you're going to find yourself popping out in that fourth dimension. Some of you are going to be surprised. Others of you are going to say, well, shit. That's what Motley told me was going to happen. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. You're going to breathe. You're going to have that massive heart attack or, whatever the case. Something's going to take you out of here. And you're going to find yourself very rapidly back in that fourth dimension. Now, just in a nutshell, just to sum it up, some of you are new. You don't know what the hell to expect. When you get over there, a lot of you will be greeted by family members, friends, people that you've known here during your earth life, right? And that tends to happen with the newer souls. An old soul, people like me, we don't really need to have a big entourage greet us because we already know what to expect. So my deal is I want to pop out and go rest for a little bit, chill out a little bit, and then get back in the game as soon as I can. And a lot of you older souls that have been around, you're the same way. You don't want to mess around. You just want to get back with the program. And you'll get reunited with your soul group. See, every one of us, we are broken down into soul groups. Now, people always ask me, how big is a soul group? Shit, I don't know. It can be as small as, 10 souls, or it can be as many as 100. I don't know. But I've seen them, they come in different sizes. And soul groups overlap. See, all we're doing here on earth is we're in a play. You keep changing roles, you were a teenager, you were an adolescent, you were a young adult, you were newly married, you were new grandpa, grandma, great grandma, grandpa, all that shit. We keep changing roles as we go through this thing called life, okay? And different people, now you got family that pretty much stay the same throughout, but you have different characters that come and go throughout these different chapters and these different plays that we all find ourselves engaged in. You're engaged in a play right now. Think about your life. Think about all the people around you, all your co-workers, okay? Your siblings, your family members, okay? People you interact with all over. You're in a play. You're fulfilling a certain role for that person. Those of you watching my video right now, I am fulfilling a role for you. I am trying to teach you, instruct you, edify you, motivate you to try to do better, to live a better life, to be kinder to one another. If I can in some way succeed in that small desire, then compounded over time and space, that might just have an impact on making the world a better place. The butterfly effect. Butterfly flaps its wings here and creates a tsunami on the other side of the world. These are real phenomena. It's hard to explain, but it is what it is. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we as human beings, we need to get into the flow of the universe. We live in a most synchronistic, organized universe. There are no accidents. Everything happens for a reason. The compounding effect. And you are currently interacting with countless thousands of people on a regular basis. And if you have a YouTube channel and are fortunate enough to share your information with larger numbers of people, then you stand to have a greater impact on more and more people, either for the good or the bad. I hope I never present a bad example to others. In the Marine Corps, we like to say lead, follow, or get out of the way. But the one thing we always do is lead by example. There's nothing like being able to follow a true leader. And there's just not enough leaders in the world. But thank God General Flynn is back and we're about to see some fireworks. But friends, again, as you go into this Thanksgiving season, realize that your life has a purpose. This is just a small part of a much bigger picture. It's an interesting thing. People always say, well, Steve, what percentage of my soul do you think I came into this earth life with? Friends, there ain't no way in hell to tell that. But I can tell you this, when you were with your soul group and you were making those final decisions to come into this particular incarnation that you find yourself in, you had to decide, do I want to go to the earth and take 25% of my soul with me and leave 75% over here in the fourth dimension? Do I want to take 30%? How about 40? How about 50? Well, that's all an individual thing. I guess it depends on the impact that you were destined to make this particular go-round. As far as I'm concerned, me personally, I think I'm about 25%. I think when I decided to come here, I said, I'm going to leave 75% in the fourth dimension to kind of look in on what I'm doing. Now, that's not to say you could decide to go. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but some of you will get it, some of you won't. Eventually, all of you will get it. But the deal is, you could make a decision with your soul group and say, you know what? I want to go down to the earth with 25% as Steve Motley. But I want to go over here to Taiwan and be born as a female with another 25%. And all of the experiences that we attain here in this third dimensional existence, which we currently find ourselves in, these experiences feed back to our oversoul in the fourth dimension, which eventually makes its way up through the spiritual hierarchy and eventually makes its way back to the God, creator, source of all things. The reason for our being, we are extensions of the God, creator, source of all things that are. You're God's in embryo, friends. Every one of us are striving to get back into the presence of the creator of all things. That's going to take a very, very long time, trust me. But we are on our way. Every one of you are on your way, whether you believe this is a bunch of poppycock and the figment of some crazy lunatic ayahuasca-driven fantasy. You think whatever the hell you want to think. But I promise you this, when you take that last breath and your ass pops out over there in the fourth, remember old Steve Motley, will you? That son of a bitch. He was right. He told the truth. This is exactly what he said was going to happen. Hell yes. How do you think I know? I've had 30 plus past life regressions. I've gone back and witnessed the death of my being in a former incarnation. I found myself once again in the fourth dimension, looking around, learning, taking notes. And I was told to come back and tell y'all about this shit. Do with it what you want. Take it, leave it. I don't care. Call me blasphemer. I'm going to tell you this. I've seen an angel. I've had a face-to-face with an angel from a higher dimension. So there ain't a whole lot, like I said, based on my worldly experiences and my angelic visitation, there ain't a whole lot of shit that I'm going to really try to learn from you, okay? I love you, I appreciate you, and many of you have shared knowledge and information with me that have made me a better person. But as far as you trying to tell me whether or not what I'm trying to share with you is true or not, man, you're barking up the wrong tree, because don't ever judge another man until you've walked a mile in his moccasins. I've put in the miles on my damn moccasins, and I know from which I speak. And I don't speak lightly. I don't share this information as some figment of my imagination, okay? This is the way it is. Take it or leave it. But I tell you that life is eternal. Many of you are infirm. Many of you are diseased. Many of you may be on your last few days or months or years here on planet Earth. None of us know. None of us have a clue when we're going to take that last big gulp. But it's going to come. Just as soon as the sun follows the darkness, you're going to find yourself over there one day. And so I would only suggest is take as much time as you need to chill out, because this is a war zone. This is weird. When you come to the third dimensional reality, see, you're much higher of a being than you think you are, because right now you're a third dimensional being. But when you go back home, you become that fourth dimensional being. And your eyes are opened, and you realize who you really are. And it all starts to flood and come back together. Okay? So you can take my little tidbits of my tips and information that I'll give you, and I'll just recommend to you again. Take your time. Nobody's pressuring you. Nobody's going to force you. But when you're ready, you summon your guide, and your guide will set up the appointment with the masters. And then you go before the masters and you give an accounting of your last time here on planet Earth. What'd you learn, Steve? Well, I learned a hell of a lot. What would you have done different, Steve? Oh, boy, there's a shit ton I would have done different, sir. You know, it's going to be like that. You're going to judge yourself, and then you're going to meander your way back to your soul group. There'll be a great reunion. Maybe there'll be a party, music playing, everybody hugging and kissing and carrying on. That's all good. But then you're going to start planning again, because you know this ain't the end. The fourth dimension is not the end of the journey. Our goal is to get to the fifth dimension. Now, there are certain beings that come here to the third dimensional reality that through their good services to their fellow man and planet Earth, they graduate. They are initiated into a higher dimensional being called the fifth dimension. That's where every one of us are trying to get to. But you can't get to the fifth until you get through the fourth. And remember, the fourth dimension is divided into spiritual groups. And there's different, I won't get into all the ways that you'll be able to see that, but you'll understand it. But the one thing that will happen when you get back home to the fourth dimension, you will immediately be engulfed in pure love. You'll smell the smells. You'll hear the music, the likes of which you've never heard before. You'll feel the heartbeat of the universe. And you'll know that you are an integral part of all things that are. You may feel insignificant. You may feel like your life is totally useless. But friends, when you get back home, it'll all start to make sense. So I would just encourage you to learn as much about all this stuff as you can. You know, you can accept it or you can reject it. You know, we all are where we are. You're only as good as the information that you've got at any given time. And so just make the best of it. But know that there is a brighter day. There's a purpose for your being. You will one day be reunited with all your loved ones. That includes your favorite pets. Listen, animals are sentient beings. They're going to be there. There is no such thing as death. It's a transition. Unlike Joe Biden will never have a transition because there's not going to be a Joe Biden president. And I want all of you to go to your Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow with that weighing heavy on your heart and give thanks to the God in heaven for all your many blessings, for the food you have to eat, for the shelter over your head, for the health and safety of your loved ones, for your countries. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of wonderful countries in this world, but every one of them has been impacted by the demonic spirit. It's time to cast these demons aside forever and for this earth to reclaim its glory. And that's what we've got to look forward to, friends. And everything that I've shared with you here today on this video is absolutely true to the best of my understanding and knowledge. I would never in any way, shape, or form try to lead you astray or to get you to believe in anything other than, you know, whatever moves your soul. And I would fight to the death for your right to worship God in any way you see fit. Again, these are my thoughts, these are my feelings, these are my observations based on my own experiences. And if I was mealy-mouthed and did not tell you exactly what I've told you today, then I would be short-changing you. I think there's many of you that want to hear the truth. You're ready for the truth. You just didn't know where to find it. And I want to give a big shout out to all my friends, wherever you are worldwide, especially my trucker friends. I love my trucker men and women. They're the cream de la cream. If those big wheels stopped rolling, we'd stop being, okay? So I love all my truckers. I love all my medical personnel friends, my doctors, my nurses, all you orderlies, all you people who serve the sick and infirm. God bless you. All you law enforcement officers, you men and women in blue. You know, I've said it before, but I got an inordinate number of law enforcement people that somehow like my videos. And I appreciate you just as much. And I would please ask that you share my videos far and wide. Share them with your friends. Let me do a little of that heavy lifting for you. Some of them will think I'm crazy, but others won't. You know, it's a matter of timing. Timing's everything. And some people are ready, some aren't. But I can tell you right now, I've never seen a time in my 64 years where so many people are waking up. Red pills are flying everywhere. People are desirous to know the truth. And you know, what was it Master Jesus said? He kept it real simple. He said, know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Friends, I'm a free man. You know, I don't know it all. I learn something new every single day. But I know enough to know that I know who I am. I know where I came from. I know exactly where I'm going when this earth life is up. And you can hang on to my coattail and you can, you know, say, Steve, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but it sounds good. I'm going to go along for the ride. Many of you have done that, and I appreciate that. That doesn't mean you're stupid. Doesn't mean you're gullible. It means you listen. It means you resonate at a certain frequency. It means that you're a truth seeker. You're out here like me. You're trying to get to the bottom of it all. Oh, friends, when all can be told, oh my God. It's going to be so much fun over the next 10 years to just read all the books that are going to be written about what we're going through right now. All the things that are happening behind the scenes. Hey, have you heard the latest rumor? You know, our friend Ezra Watnick Cohen, who is now the Assistant, Secretary of Defense? Word is that he might be the son of John F. Kennedy Jr. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Stranger things have happened. But friends, it's a great time to be alive. It's a time to open your mind and explore the unknown and you know, search for those that seem to have the right voice. You know, Master Jesus said in the Bible, he said, my sheep hear my voice. And listen, I'm not making any kind of comparison with Jesus, okay? But just like Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice, my true loyal patriot friends hear my voice. You recognize my voice. You know that I am that lone wolf crying in the wilderness to try to awaken you to the evils that surround you. Friends, I meet people on a regular basis that, of no fault of their own, they are just completely ignorant. Not that they're smart. Many of them are smart people. They're good people. They want to do good by others, but they just didn't know. Nobody ever sat them down in front of a video and said, listen to what this guy's got to say. See if he makes any sense to you. Well, friends, I'm going to wrap this video up right now here on the Thanksgiving Eve in 2020. And I hope you have the best Thanksgiving ever. Get rid of those freaking face diapers. Surround yourself with loved ones. Pack as many people into your house as you possibly can. It's just not right. They're trying to take over the world, and we got to fight it every step of the way. And I'm going to do my part. So I'm hoping and praying that this video once again made it to Retired Marine Sounds Off. But if not, it'll be on my alternative site, and I just wish you all the very best. I'm going to be with every one of you tomorrow in your home having Thanksgiving dinner, and I hope you're going to be with me. I hope we can be of one heart, of one mind, of one united spirit that knows that we've come way too far to allow a communist Chinese takeover of America. And it will not happen. And I want all of you to rejoice and thank God in the fact that that's a reality. Friends, I look forward to talking to all of you again real soon. Don't eat too much. Take your time at the dinner plate. I'm going to watch all 3 of the football games, and I hope you will too. We'll be watching something together at the same time. Yeah, I boycott the NFL, but on Thanksgiving, I'm going to make an exception. And I'm going to watch those games tomorrow, and I'm going to enjoy every bit of it as I eat my tofurkey and have my dressing and gravy, mashed potatoes, cranberries, chocolate seitan pie, coconut cream pie. Oh yeah. God bless America. Thank you, dear Lord, for all of our many blessings. We come before you at this time on this Thanksgiving to give you thanks for all that we have, all that we are. We know without you, dear God, we are nothing. So we give you all praise and glory on this Thanksgiving Day 2020. We thank you for one another, for all my YouTube family, those viewers worldwide. I thank God for every one of you, and I ask a special blessing of peace and love and harmony to be distilled into your home this day. I want to thank you, dear God, for this country, this United States of America. Many, many men and women have given their all to protect this country, and we will never let it fall to the enemy. Please bless our President, Donald J. Trump, his lovely wife, Melania Barron, and that entire family. Bless them with health and safety. Bless all patriots everywhere. We the people, let us unite in thanksgiving this day and let our voices reach heaven. And dear God, please hear our voice and bestow your blessings upon this earth. We know that we've been guilty of many sins, and we ask for your forgiveness. Forgive us individually. Forgive us collectively. But please forgive us and give us another chance to make America great again. God bless America. God bless all of our family members wherever they are. Please watch over and keep them this day that they may be safe. God, we know that these are dire times. Our souls are being challenged to the very limit. But we know we will prevail. God wins. We know this. Give us the faith. Give us the strength to endure through the coming hardships, whatever they may be. But let us, when the smoke of battle is cleared, let us stand strong. Let us rejoice in your name and give you credit for all that we've been able to accomplish. Thank God that Lieutenant General Michael Flynn is a free man. God, we have no idea. You have no idea how appreciative we are. We've waited so patiently. We've prayed so mightily that this day would come. And now that it's here, and let us form that digital warrior army. Let us show the world what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Friends, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up right now. Thanks, dear God. Amen. I'm going to wrap this up and just wish you all the very best. I hope you have the happiest Thanksgiving of your lifetime. And I really hope you'll take the time to share this video and understand that I've given it to you with the very best of intentions and from the bottom of my heart. And I'll hope to talk to you again real soon. God bless you. Bye now.